Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and everyone except our graduates, please remove your hats for the presentation of the colors by the John Jay High School 782nd Air Force Junior ROTC Honor Guard, followed by our national anthem performed by Aubrey Simpson and Gamuel Williams. Please remain standing until the Honor Guard has departed.
Oh, say, can you see
by the dawn's early light
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
through the perilous fight
o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb was bursting, and I gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Everyone, please be seated. Good morning, honored guests, faculty, staff, and graduates. Good morning, sons and daughters, mothers, fathers, las madres, padres, abuelas, abuelos, sisters, brothers, primos, neighbors, co-workers, extended family and friends. Bienvenidos. Welcome to the Spring 2025 Commencement Ceremony for Hallmark University. Let's kick this off, this amazing moment. Let's kick it off with a burst of excitement. Graduates, let's hear a big round of applause for your families, your supporters, your cheerleaders. All right. Loved ones, let's give it up for these amazing graduates who have worked so hard to get here today. It's your time to shine. All right. I am Raquel Suleiman, Vice President of Student Support Services for Hallmark University, and I am truly honored to be your Master of Ceremonies today. This commencement ceremony is the culmination of hard work and dedication for our graduates, marking a significant achievement in their lives, and we are honored to share in this momentous occasion. To all the candidates for commencement, today we are not celebrating an end, but rather a new beginning that marks the completion of a phase in your education and a foundation for your further endeavors. One of the remarkable aspects of a Hallmark University education is the sense of growth and community among our graduates. Our instructors and staff have been deeply engaged with our students throughout their journey, making this graduation a truly special celebration for us all. Please join me in giving yourselves a round of applause. At this time, I'd like to introduce some very extraordinary Hallmark University individuals. Please stand as you are announced. Mr. Joe Fisher, President and CEO. Dr. Dana Hagan, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Mr. Stan Younger, Dean of Academic Operations. Dr. Pamela Moreno, Dean of the School of Nursing. We'd also like to give honor to our Board of Trustees. Let's give a round for those who take care of us and make sure all of this happens well. Thank you, Board. Sharing in this celebration today are some of the faculty and staff who have made personal and academic contributions to the success of our graduates. Would all the faculty and staff please rise? Thank you for all your dedication and commitment to our students. You may be seated. We also have some very special individuals here with us today who played a crucial role in helping our graduates achieve their goals. And they have come from near and far to be with us today. That's all of you. The families and friends of our graduates, we understand that you witnessed their challenges firsthand, how they persevered even when the going got tough. Your unwavering support undoubtedly played a key role in their success, and therefore we are honored to have you join us today and ask that you please stand so that we can recognize and appreciate every single one of you. That's all of you. Please stand up. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Brian Quarles to deliver the invocation.
Good morning to all. Let us pray together. Dear God, we honor you and thank you for this commencement. We ask now for your presence and power to rest upon this hallowed place. We have gathered together to reflect upon journeys, convey degrees, and celebrate the individual and collective accomplishments of these precious graduates. This is a great day in the lives of all who will walk this stage and those of us who will engage, witness, and celebrate with them. As we begin, we will first, out of reverence and volition, say thank you. Thank you for your grace, your mercy, your comfort, your peace, your protection, and your supply. For we acknowledge where our help comes from. For without you, we can do nothing. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Quarles. At each commencement ceremony, a student from each of Hallmark University schools is selected as a speaker. As you can imagine, our graduates have overcome significant challenges to reach this important day. These speakers exemplify the whatever it takes attitude and character that defines a Hallmark graduate in our accelerated learning environment. Next, I would like to invite our first student speaker to the podium. Representing the School of Nursing, LaTanya Gomez.
Good morning, and welcome to our incredible family and friends, to the dedicated staff of Hallmark University, and to my brilliant cohort, Cohort 15. Thank you all for being here on this unforgettable day. It is truly an honor to stand before you as the representative of the School of Nursing. I do not take this moment for granted. This moment is living proof of many, many answered prayers. It confirms to my children that with hard work and faith, anything is possible. To my dean, my professors, and the Hallmark University staff, thank you for encouraging me to take that leap of faith, for your guidance, for your recognition, and for helping me find my voice. To my mom, thank you for believing in me and for knowing that caring for others, especially little people, is my calling. To my husband, you believed in my purpose so deeply, you gave me your GI Bill. Thank you. Thank you for that life-changing gift, for your unwavering support, and for always keeping me grounded. Te amo. To my children, Tani, Shasi, and Anaya, thank you for your patience and for your grace throughout this journey. From your stay-at-home mommy and mama, to nursing student, and now an almost BSN graduate, you've supported me, inspired me, and today, I hope I've inspired you too. I love you, babies. To my village, thank you. I wouldn't be here without your help. Your support means the world to me, and I am forever grateful. And to my cohort, we left our mark, and I'm pretty sure our professors will never forget us. We chatted at class a lot. And some of y'all are probably chatting it up right now. But we've grown, not just as students, but as individuals. The sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the early morning clinicals, and those infamous 4 a.m. wake-ups and 5 a.m. drives to Kerrville. We survived it all. We faced challenges we never saw coming, and we pushed through every single one of them. Our resilience, our strength is what brought us here today. And now we stand together, not just ready, but more than ready for whatever comes next. As we step forward, may we carry the lessons, the bonds, and the strength we've built together. May we keep growing, and may we keep being unforgettable. You must always remember, have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself. Congratulations, Cohort 15. We did it!
Thank you so much, LaTanya. That was beautiful. Now, representing the School of IT, Jeffrey A. Alexander.
Hello. It is truly an honor to stand before you today as a student speaker for the School of IT at Hallmark University. First and foremost, congratulations to my fellow graduates. We've made it. Through the late nights, never-ending assignments, preparing for certifications, and trying to keep it all balanced with everything else life threw our way, we made it. Before Hallmark, I was working a job where I felt stuck. I wasn't living up to the potential I knew I had, and I was looking for something new. A new passion, or maybe a purpose. One day I came across Hallmark University and noticed the School of Information Technology. As I looked through the programs, one in particular stood out to me. The Bachelor's of Science in Cybersecurity. I thought to myself, this could be what I'm looking for. I knew going back to school would be a real challenge. Balancing life with a full-time accelerated program would take perseverance, time management, and a lot of discipline. I found out pretty quickly I was right about that. Most days I would be in class in the morning, picking up the kids in the afternoon after school, and squeezing in what family time I could get before starting schoolwork. It wasn't unusual still to be working on assignments or studying until 2 or 3 in the morning, just to get a few hours of sleep and do the same thing the next day. It was exhausting at times, but every late night, every early morning was a step closer to a better future for myself, for my family, and a career I could be proud of. On our very first day, before class even started, we were given this coin. On one side, Hallmark's emblem and name, and on the other, 2 simple phrases: "It's time for change," and "whatever it takes." It was an attitude we would come to need, and for me, it reflected a mindset I already had. I've always believed in one thing: every challenge, every obstacle you encounter in life is a chance to grow, a chance to become a better version of yourself. Always keep moving forward. There were so many people who have helped me along the way, too many to name them all, but I do want to recognize 2 who've made a real difference. My girlfriend, Genesis, who stood by me, helped me stay grounded, and supported me through the toughest moments. And my sister, whose excitement about my journey always reminded me why this goal mattered. I'm grateful for every bit of support that helped kept me moving forward. I know personally I couldn't have done this without the support of my family and friends, and I'm sure many of the graduates feel the same way. So to all those who stood by us, who encouraged us, believed in us, and kept us going, thank you. To all the families and friends and supporters here with us today to celebrate the accomplishment of your graduate, you deserve recognition. Let's give them a round of applause. And to the faculty here at Hallmark, thank you for challenging us to think critically. You equipped us with the tools that we need to succeed and gave us valuable insights into the industries we're about to enter. You set high expectations, challenged our way of thinking, and created an environment that pushed us to grow as professionals, and we are better for it. As we stand here today, we mark more than just a completion of a degree. We mark the beginning of the lives that we have worked so hard to build. The discipline, the knowledge, and the relentless pursuit of growth that brought us here will continue to carry us even further. Congratulations again to my fellow graduates. It's been an honor to grow alongside you, and it is an honor to share the stage with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Let's keep this going. Representing the School of Business, Ms. Carla Ruiz.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla Ruiz. I am proud to stand before you today, not just as a graduate, but as a first-generation college graduate. When I chose Hallmark University, I was drawn to its fast-paced, focused programs. I wanted a school that would help me move quickly and efficiently towards my goals. And Hallmark delivered. But let me be clear, fast-paced didn't mean easy. It meant committing fully, staying driven, and finding strength even on the hardest days. That journey wasn't something I walked alone. I'm incredibly proud to say that I'm graduating today alongside my husband, which made this moment even more meaningful. We've pushed through challenges together, each and through long nights and early mornings, and celebrated every little win. Sharing this milestone as a team is something that I will forever treasure. And to our daughter, you're my why. Every time I feel tired, doubting myself, I thought of the example I wanted to set it for you. I wanted to show you what it looks like to work as hard and dream big and never give up. Everything I've done is with you in my heart, and this degree is as much as yours as it is mine. To the professors and staffs and fellow classmates, thank you for the role you played in this chapter of our lives. Each one of us brought something unique to the table, and today we walk across this stage united by resilience, courage, and growth. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. I'm walking into the future with my family by my side and a purpose in my heart. Thank you, and congratulations to class of 2025.
And now, representing the School of Aeronautics, Jordan Ramjet.
Thank you and good morning. I would like to start off by expressing my gratitude for being given the opportunity to speak before you here today. I'm proud to be representing the Hallmark College of Aeronautics. My journey at Hallmark for the last 16 months has been a fruitful experience rewarded with great success. However, that success was not achieved alone. There are many individuals who contributed a great deal to me, both academically and in my personal life. Without them, I genuinely believe that I wouldn't have made it this far. When I started my journey at Hallmark, I had high expectations. Hallmark was pitched to me as the best aviation maintenance school in the nation. Hearing that, I was motivated to take advantage of all the available resources I could to succeed in this new learning environment. As most people are about starting a new journey, I was not sure of the people I would meet in my time at Hallmark. But not long after starting, I quickly got to know the people I would be spending the next 16 months with. I quickly learned that we had a classroom of people with diverse backgrounds. We had individuals from different branches of the military, individuals younger and older than me, individuals from different parts of the country, and individuals with many different types of hobbies and interests, all coming together and sharing a common goal: to become FAA certified airframe and power plant mechanics. If I'm being honest, I'd never even touched an airplane before coming to Hallmark. This meant I had a lot to learn. I needed help from both my instructors and my peers who had prior experience in the field. Within the first 2 months, I had gotten to know many exceptional people, people who I am proud to have traveled on this journey with, and people who I am proud to see succeed with me here today. Although my class was full with many exceptional people, I cannot go without speaking on the individual who impacted my journey the most. My best friend throughout these 16 months, Carl Utrenka. Or some of you may know him as the legend in the portables. Under normal circumstances, Carl is a person I probably never would have met without Hallmark bringing us together. Carl is a retired Air Force veteran, more than double my age, but if you were to speak to him, you would never guess that. Carl and I sat together every class, and the stories and conversations we shared felt as if I were talking to my older brothers. Carl is a young-spirited, extremely intelligent and talented person, so much so that he also proved to be a worthy rival in my studies. Carl and I were always neck and neck with our test scores and class averages, sometimes just a few decimal places apart. And while it took everything in my power to compete with him, for him it just seemed like business as usual. He truly was an exceptional student, and he will go on to become an exceptional instructor. He will go on to hopefully inspire more students just like me and push them to their limits right here at Hallmark, the very school he learned from himself. I would also like to take the time to thank my amazing family, friends, and instructors who are with me here today. I'm truly blessed to be surrounded by such amazing people who help support me through college. My parents who helped me financially when I was a full-time student, my brothers and friends who provided those necessary breaks for me, and finally, to my instructors who never settle for anything less than 100% from me, especially Mr. Rose. I truly thank each and every one of you. I could not have done this without you. And as for the rest of my exceptional peers and fellow mechanics, where we go from here is up to us and our heart's desires. We dedicated the time and money to open up a world of opportunity and possibility. Some of us will move across the country or even travel the world. We will work on many different types of aircrafts and continue to learn new things every day. I can't say for certain where we'll go, but I do know where we've been. Hallmark University will forever be the place that brought us all together, the beginnings of our futures. So, to my fellow graduates, I congratulate you. This is your time, my time, our time to show the world what we can do. Thank you for a wonderful 16 months.
Thank you to all our speakers for sharing your inspiring stories. We deeply appreciate your dedication and determination in earning your degrees. Your accomplishments are a testament to the resilience of a Hallmark University graduate. And now I am pleased to invite President Joe Fisher to introduce our commencement keynote speaker.
Good morning, everyone. It's really an honor for me to introduce our commencement speaker today, Mr. Tim Morrow. Tim is truly an outside-the-box thinker and leader in the San Antonio community, and we're very proud to have him with us today to address our graduates. Currently, Tim is president and CEO of the San Antonio Zoo. Prior to that, he spent 19 years at SeaWorld, and as he was telling me this morning, his career in theme park operations and management was somewhat unexpected, a little bit like mine. As the head of the zoo, he oversees the zoo itself, the Will Smith Zoo School, the Center for Conservation and Research, the Kiddie Park, and Starbucks. Tim leads a team of 10 executives who oversee 700 plus employees and 600 volunteers and care for over 800 different animal species, some of which are threatened, endangered, or even extinct out in the wild. Tim's vision for the San Antonio Zoo has included oversight of more than $160 million of innovation and investment in our zoo. Over that time, hundreds of habitats have been improved, including several large-scale renovations, and most recently, he marked a significant milestone in the zoo's 111-year history, announcing the establishment of Congo Falls, which is a 2-acre habitat that will redefine the landscape of gorilla habitats in the U.S. through its unparalleled scale and innovative design. Congo Falls is also going to feature a 70-plus foot tower, which connects to the Ralston, which is a new events center that'll house over 600 for weddings and those kind of events. And Congo Falls is set to open in 2025. Tim also has a direct connection with Hallmark University. His out-of-the-box thinking led him to be open to working with our business school, which I'm sure you'll hear a little bit about, and our business students being able to be involved in the Congo Falls establishment. So please join me in welcoming Tim Morrow.
Thank you for that kind introduction. I'm honored to be here, and I'll start by saying, and some of you guys may have heard this, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Well, so am I. I'd like to take some of this time to tell you a little bit about my path to this podium and becoming CEO of San Antonio Zoo. Each of us have had different journeys in life, and mine has been one wild ride with lots of detours. My life started, as you might guess, at birth, but things moved really fast. Within minutes of being born, I was taken away from my mother and placed in an orphanage up for adoption. The amazing people who adopted me at the age of 3 months were Tony and Virginia Morrow. The next year, they adopted another baby that became my sister, Anne. My dad did love to remind me that I was handpicked during the adoption process, which made me feel really good. But then he would also add that at one point he tried to return me and the warranty had expired, so they would not take me back. Later in life, my birth mom, Jean Tulipain, found me and has been in my life ever since, something I never expected to happen as I was growing up. My dad was an FBI agent and my mom was a teacher. I grew up in what I consider a regular family. I will say that my academic career was not one for the record books. At best, I was a mediocre student in grade school back in Plano, Texas. I graduated high school and I was not even close to being ready for college or the next steps of my life. But I quickly mastered registering for classes at the local community college. I was just terrible actually attending those classes and failed miserably. Like many of you, I've experienced and had a moment in my life when I realized I need a fresh start. That fresh start for me was moving back to San Antonio and beginning my college career for the second time, this time at San Antonio College. At the time, and I'm not sure if it's like this, but San Antonio College took attendance, and if you didn't attend your classes, they would drop you, and that's exactly what I needed with some accountability in my life to make me go to school and stay in those classrooms. It also helped that I loved what I was studying, criminal justice. After years of trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, I finally decided to follow my dad's footsteps and go into law enforcement. This is when my life took another detour. I've been working at Fiesta, Texas every summer. Actually, how I met Sandy's husband. He worked there also. And I kept accidentally getting promoted. Not probably because I was great at my job, but it's a little bit like the TV show Survivor. I didn't outwit or outplay anybody. I just simply outlasted everyone. The first summer, I was a lifeguard. The next year, they called me to be a trainer, and I said no, and then eventually said, I have nothing else to do this summer. I'll come be a trainer. I swore that would be my last summer working in the theme parks, but once again, the third year, they called and said they wanted me to be a supervisor. And again, I said no, this is not what I want to do, and I ended up going back for a third year. Of course, year 4 came, and I said, I am not going back. Well, guess what? They called me again and made me a manager, and so I was there for 4 summers. During that time, I had the opportunity to help open a park in Mexico called Parque Plaza Sesamo, which was an incredible experience and really showed me how big the industry of tourism was. By the way, flying to Mexico and being put in a hotel, I thought it was a total international baller at this time, but I was not. Life seemed to be going in a good direction. I was doing well in school. I had a really fun job and a great girlfriend. Then another detour happened. My girlfriend became pregnant. Of course, at a young age, yes, that's exactly what I said. Yeah. Of course, at a young age, we were both terrified about what this would mean for our lives, but we kept our heads down and kept moving forward, pledging to remain steadfast friends and focus on raising our child. My son Austin was born when I was 22 years old, making me what I considered the cool young dad of the group, and his mom is still one of my dearest friends today. I kept on track going to school and achieved 2 associate degrees in criminal justice. I then transferred to UTSA and had switched my major to sociology. I made that change to sociology for a couple of reasons. One, I had really fallen in love working in the hospitality industry, but mostly that degree I only had to take 2 math classes, and I really hate math, so that was really the reason I switched. The next fall, I told myself again, I am definitely not going back to Fiesta, Texas, and I didn't. But SeaWorld called me out of the blue on my house phone. You know, this was before cell phones. This was the 1900s. They called me on my house phone, and they told me they wanted me to run their water park, which was then called Lost Lagoon. Once again, I said no thank you, but I agreed to come out and take a tour with them, and within about 1 week, I was working at SeaWorld San Antonio. I remember a couple of years later applying to become a full-time manager at SeaWorld and wanting that job more than anything in life. I remember thinking if I could just get this job, I'd be set. Well, I didn't get it. I was devastated and so stressed that I broke out with chickenpox for the second time in my life, and yes, it's possible to have chickenpox twice. As I was down in the dumps, I got a call that I was wanted in Orlando to help open a new park that the company was building called Discovery Cove. I took that call and moved to Florida. I gained incredible experience, and it was my first time really integrating my career with animal care and habitat designs. Ironically, they also put me in charge of the hurricane team until I reminded them that I'm from Texas. And the only plan I would be enacting for a hurricane was that I was leaving the state of Florida if one was on the way. So they quickly removed me from the hurricane team. I ended up coming back to Texas, as all good Texans do, and reunited with a longtime friend who eventually became my wife, Jennifer Morrow. We have 2 children, Sophia and Colton. They were born when I was in my mid-40s, which at this point in my life makes me now the cool old dad. And things are going great. My daughter, actually, we were at a wedding a couple of months ago, and the dad was walking the daughter down the aisle, and I told my daughter, that's going to be me and you one day, Sophia. And she's like, you'll be dead by the time I get married. So she's what I call my gangster second child. But I continued working at SeaWorld, and I was made a director, which was a really exciting time in my life. During that time at SeaWorld, I got to run many departments, including the water park, rides, front gate, the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales, our Anheuser-Busch Hospitality House where we gave away free beer, park cleanliness, landscaping, the food and merchandise warehouses, shipping and receiving, public relations, festivals, events, concerts, and more. I'm definitely a master of nothing, but I've learned a lot about a lot of random things, which has helped me become the mutt that I am. Eventually, I was promoted to vice president. I had the opportunity to help design much of SeaWorld and Aquatica Water Park, and most recently, Discovery Point. By the way, when I take my children there to this day and point out the things that I did while working at SeaWorld, they absolutely do not believe me. Around 2011, the world took another turn. SeaWorld was hit with a propaganda movie. Anheuser-Busch, who had owned us the entire time I had worked there, was taken over by a company called InBev. That company did not want the theme parks and made it very clear to us that that was the case. The next year, we were sold to Blackstone, a private equity group. Things were a little better, but not great. Layoffs started happening, and for the first time in my career, I was no longer having fun. A year later, we became a publicly traded company. It was 4 years of incredible change, 4 different ownership groups with 4 different philosophies of operating, which was scary, stressful, and full of uncertainty. Then in 2014, the zoo came calling. A headhunter kept emailing me, and I told them 2 or 3 times, no, I'm not interested. You may see a trend here. I've said no to every job I've ever gotten. At some point, my feelings of fear about my role at SeaWorld being eliminated, the fact that I just wasn't having as much fun as I used to, led me to go visit the zoo for a walk as my curiosity had gotten the best of me. As I walked the zoo, I saw tremendous opportunity to modernize and improve the zoo, so I said, what the heck, I'll throw my hat in. My first official interview, ironically, was on Skype, which went out of business this week, to tell you how long ago it was. Those moments make you feel old when you're doing Skype interviews. I think around 140 people applied for the position, and lo and behold, I actually got the job. And believe me when I say nobody was surprised more than me. But I was excited for the new opportunity and knew that making our zoo world-class would be great for San Antonio, and I truly love this city. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a master of nothing, but I do enjoy building great teams. I look for and hire people that are smarter than me and always strive to be the dumbest person in the room. And it's really not that hard for me, and today's a perfect example. My first day on the job, my board chair gave me the Dr. Seuss book, If I Ran a Zoo, which was perfect because I had no idea what I was going to do. I really enjoy helping promote the zoo and the city to the world. I get to work with an amazing bunch of animals that are internet famous, like Timothy the hippo, Tupi the capybara, Hogan the tamanduá, and Wilson the armadillo, and more. Beyond the zoo, we operate the nation's largest base preschool, Will Smith Zoo School, Kiddie Park, which turned 100 years old this year, and I know the business school helped us with Kiddie Park as well. We operate the Train in Brackenridge Park and Starbucks in Brackenridge Park, and the Center for Conservation and Research, which leads, funds, or contributes to conservation efforts on nearly every continent. We have the most talented and passionate people in the world at San Antonio Zoo. As mentioned, we've done over $160 million worth of renovations in the last years and gone from being called one of the worst to being named the best in Texas 5 out of the last 6 years, as well as top 10 in the United States 3 times in the last 3 years. Building this team and its success has been one of the biggest, most challenging yet rewarding times in my career. When you find your passion, anything is possible. I've spent a lot of time today sharing my path with you because I'm sure that many of you can relate to things not working out as planned, and yet here you are on your graduation day. I never saw it in the moments as they were happening, but I realize now that all the paths I took, both professionally and personally, led me to be where I am today. I've been blessed with many opportunities and recognitions, like being able to speak to you all and your proud families today. This is an example of life is funny. This year, I was recognized by UTSA as the Alumni Association Alumni of the Year. They obviously did not look at my academic record at UTSA, which may or may not have had a few academic probations along the way. But we'll keep that between us. Nobody tell the people at UTSA. But honestly, it's a great reminder to me that it's never too late to make an impact. And to quote the situation from Jersey Shore, the comeback is always greater than the setback. I've also been fortunate enough to meet many people in San Antonio, including Sandy Wolf, who introduced me to Hallmark University. I'm truly inspired and in awe of what's happening here and proud of each and every one of you for this great accomplishment of graduating. I came out about a year ago for a tour, and to be honest, I'm very traumatized by the lifelike mannequins in the nursing school. If you haven't seen them, please go see them. You see what I'm talking about. The zoo and Hallmark are now partners, and it's been an amazing experience for us at the zoo, and what I'm hearing is for the students as well. People often ask me how I or anyone becomes the CEO of a zoo, and my response for myself is, it's all been a total accident. If everything had gone as I thought it should or had planned for, I have no idea where I'd be or what I'd be doing right now. I often think if I had gotten that manager job that I spoke about earlier, where would I be? And it always makes me think of the Garth Brooks song, Unanswered Prayers. If things had gone as I wanted them to go, each step of my journey, I'm fairly certain I wouldn't be speaking to you all this morning. Throughout my life, I've had plenty of moments of fear, of uneasiness, of uncertainty, feelings of hopelessness, feelings of being lost, and that I was failing. And to be honest, I still have those feelings as I go through life today. You see, life is a lot like 1604 and the highways of Texas. Sometimes it's clear and you can see where you're going for miles and miles. Some days the whole damn thing is closed and can I say damn in church? I'm sorry. And there's detours all over the place just to get you to your final destination while your GPS repeatedly yells at you, recalculating. My life, and perhaps many of yours, has been full of recalculating, but you all made it here to your graduation, and I'm honored to be here to help you celebrate that with you. I can tell you that your grandparents, your parents, your spouses, partners, siblings, children, friends, teachers, and all those in your life are also very proud of you. From what I've learned about Hallmark and the students that attend, you are fighters. You're resilient, and you haven't let society might have said you should do, and when you should do it, stand in your way, leading up to today. Some of you became parents. Some of you had family responsibilities. Some of you had to go straight to work. Some of you went to the military, and some of you are first-generation graduates. Some of you, perhaps like me, didn't do so well in our first try at this college thing, but you're all here today about to walk this stage as celebration as graduates. We are all going to hit more closed roads and detours in life, but instead of being frustrated that the road and route isn't smooth sailing, enjoy the detours. You all being here today is already a perfect example of how that can work out. Savor this moment, and congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I ask that you remember this. From now on, when you see those cones and flashing lights directing you off to another route, when you see the road closed signs or a detour sign on your drive, just smile at it and think about how your life has been just like that drive, and look at you now. I leave you with this. Enjoy this moment, then go out and change the world one detour at a time. Thank you, and congratulations. All right.
So, Tim, the goal of most commencement speakers is that you leave the graduates with something to think about. We have spent a lot of time and energy teaching them to say yes to a job opportunity, but maybe saying no works better, I don't know.
For me, it did.
But as a small token of our appreciation, we have something for you. It says, in appreciation for your inspiration and commitment to changing lives, Tim Morrow.
Thank you.
On behalf of everyone at Hallmark, Tim, thank you.
Appreciate it. We have to get a selfie with the students behind us. Yes. We need a selfie with you guys. Yeah, you guys gotta get a little rowdy.
That was amazing. Thank you, Tim. I didn't expect to laugh that much. I forgot where I was seated. All right. At each commencement ceremony, we take a moment to celebrate graduates who have demonstrated extraordinary excellence in their academic pursuits. To start, I would like to recognize our first-generation graduates. If you are a first-generation graduate, please stand up. Wow. So many. Your achievement, it sets a new standard for your family, and it honors those who paved the way for you. Congratulations. Now turning to our academic honors. These awards hold deep significance as they represent our students' unwavering dedication to surpassing academic expectations. Each honor is marked by a distinct colored cord, symbolizing the unique journey of achievement for each recipient. I invite students to stand as your award color is announced. Students graduating with a GPA between 3.9 and 4.0 receive summa cum laude honors. Please stand. They are represented by the gold cords. Thank you. Those with a GPA between 3.75 and 3.89 earn magna cum laude honors, denoted by the silver cords. Please stand. Thank you. And students with a GPA of 3.5 and 7.4 are recognized as cum laude honors, indicated by white cords. Please stand. Thank you. At this moment, we want to pay special tribute to those graduates who have selflessly served our country. These individuals are distinguished by the red, white, and blue cords they wear today. We extend our deepest gratitude to each of you for your service and commitment. Please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. I would also like to have anyone who has been inducted into the National Society of Leadership and Success, please stand and be recognized. Above and beyond, congratulations. Thank you. We also want to recognize some various activities and performance awards earned by our graduating class. If you were part of or served on the Dean's Council, student organizations, or have obtained certifications, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. In 2014, Hallmark University established the Character Education Program. This initiative quickly became the cornerstone of what an education at Hallmark University represents. The 7 character traits we emphasize are integrity, dependability, communication, leadership, servant, stewardship, and agility. When a student completes the character education program, they receive this beautiful coin, the one Andrew showed us a little earlier. They receive this beautiful coin that they can carry with them always as a reminder to be purposeful in the development of and strength of their character. Now I would like to invite one of our graduates to the podium to share more about the Character Development Honors Program. Representing the School of Business, please welcome Carolina Rivera.
Thank you. The Hallmark University Character Development Program was created in support of Hallmark's mission to ensure that students graduate with superior skills, knowledge, and character. Graduates who go above and beyond the Character Development Program requirements earn the honor of Character with Distinction and are presented with a special medallion. If you have earned the Character with Distinction, please stand up. Please be seated. We also have students who have gone the extra mile to earn Character with Distinction beyond the minimum requirements. Graduates, as I announce your achievement, please stand to be recognized. Character with Distinction, gold level. Please be seated. Character with Distinction, platinum level. Please be seated. And finally, Character with Distinction, Presidential Scholar level. Congratulations to those who have achieved Character with Distinction. Your exceptional accomplishments will undoubtedly have a positive impact on our community. Congratulations.
In case you missed it, Carolina has earned the Presidential Scholar Award. So let's hear for her. Okay, let me see where we are now. Well, guess what, you all? It's that moment you've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our distinguished guest of honor to take that all-important stroll across the stage. I would like to invite President and CEO, Mr. Joe Fisher, back to present you with your Hallmark University degrees.
just want to make sure. Good job, Tim. Thanks, man. You're making me look great. It was awesome. Really good. I loved it. Thank you for the backstory. That was super helpful. I want to see if I can grab a picture with you in my awesome outfit. Thanks. I should. Good morning. You guys ready? Let's do this. I'll have you just a second. I'm going to stay right here, and then when you go, when I say your name, you come on. Okay? Where are you? Antoine, Mars, Darius. No, I'll try to roll it. You just walk right to the. You're the one that has to do all that. Now presenting the candidates from the College of Aeronautics, Associates of Applied Science, Airframe and Power Plant Technology, Antoine Amados Berrios. William Castro. Caitlin Chavez, United States Army National Guard veteran, summa cum laude. Adrian de la Vega. Estabilo? Okay. Joseph Estabilo. Sebastian Flecha Ortiz, cum laude, first generation graduate. Robert Gomez. Daniel Gonzalez, cum laude, first generation graduate. You like Gabriel? Gabriel Goodwin, United States Army veteran. Gordian? Pedro Gordian, first generation graduate. Nicholas Hackley, magna cum laude. Jonathan Harrisman, United States Army veteran, cum laude, first generation graduate. Marquise Hinson, summa cum laude. Marco Herregui, cum laude. Daniel Jimenez, cum laude, first generation graduate. Landon Johnson, cum laude. Tracy Knight, first generation graduate. Dante Longoria, United States Air Force veteran, summa cum laude. Anthony Lozano, retired United States Air Force veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Ezekiel Malari, United States Army veteran, summa cum laude. Gotcha. John Martinez, United States Army veteran. Messer? Joshua Messier, United States Army veteran, summa cum laude. Adan Ortiz Aguilera, United States Navy veteran, cum laude, first generation graduate. Cameron Pearson, cum laude. I love it. Alberto Ramirez Medrano, United States Marine Corps veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Hi, Jordan. Jordan Ramjet, summa cum laude. Raimundo Rivera, first generation graduate. Mariana Rodriguez Roman, United States Army veteran, cum laude, first generation graduate. Christian Rodriguez, United States Army veteran, cum laude, first generation graduate. Sergeant. Matthew Sargent. Okay, give it to me. Trent Swaddlenock, cum laude. Juan Torres. Jose Vieira, United States Army veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Madeline Weber, summa cum laude. Rune Wentworth, summa cum laude. Carl Utrenka, United States Air Force veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Now presenting the candidates from the School of Business, Bachelors of Science, Business Management with a concentration in Healthcare Management. Michelle Cisneros, first generation graduate. Micus Davis, retired United States Army veteran. Vanessa Gonzalez, first generation graduate. Monica Williams, cum laude, first generation graduate. Take a minute. Brosig. Bachelors of Science in Business Management with a concentration in marketing. Albert Brosig III, first generation graduate. Eduardo Castilleja, first generation graduate. Raul Garza, United States Marine Corps veteran. Alyssa Peoples, first generation graduate. Carolina Rivera, United States Air Force veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Carla Ruiz, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Hi. Christina Vasquez Mojica. Got it. You got it. Let's say it right. Christina Vasquez Mojica, cum laude. Now presenting candidates from the School of Nursing. Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, Sadie Clay. Amber Covarrubias, first generation graduate. Ophelia? Great name. Ophelia Estrada. Dominique Faz. Hi, darling. Loved your speech. You're amazing. Latanya Gomez, summa cum laude. Jessica Gonzalez, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. Kennedy Griffin. Eliana Guevara, cum laude, first generation graduate. Corey Hall, first generation graduate. Elena Henderson, cum laude, first generation graduate. She too, first generation graduate. Ellen Lara, cum laude. Sergio or Sergio? Sergio Ledesma, first generation graduate. Sonmay Yanes Aresqueta, first generation graduate. Crystal Maldonado, cum laude. Do you have anything else on there I can say? Treva Mora. Abigail Pantoja, first generation graduate. I'm gonna work hard on you guys together. Creamy Kamlesh Kumar Patel. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Sienna Perez Lerma, cum laude. Nicole Pino, summa cum laude. Jenna Ramirez, first generation graduate. Gotcha, girl. Alexis Santos, cum laude, first generation graduate. Ileona Saunders, first generation graduate. Katrina Urbano, cum laude. Great name. Zoe Voris. Wayman. Laura Wayman, retired United States Army veteran, cum laude, first generation graduate. Adriana Zapata, first generation graduate. Abel Zubieta, first generation graduate. Now presenting the candidates from the School of Information Technology. Bachelor's of Science in Information Systems, Devin Bozier, first generation graduate. Joseph Deathrow Jr., first generation graduate. Ariana Edraki, summa cum laude. Richard Mullins, United States Army veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Bachelor's of Science in Cybersecurity, Harrison Abong, United States Army veteran, first generation graduate. Adrian Alcazar, cum laude, first generation graduate. Jeffrey Alexander, United States Army veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. You got it in there somewhere? What's your name, baby? Edwin Alsina. I don't know what else to say. Chelsea Castillo Villegas, cum laude, first generation graduate. Marcos? Or just Marcos? Marcos Cruz, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Paul Lopez, United States Army veteran, magna cum laude. Richard O'Beer, United States Army veteran, summa cum laude. Armando Perlata Jr., magna cum laude, first generation graduate. Blake Rodriguez, United States Coast Guard veteran, first generation graduate. John Salas III. Eli Salinas, United States Marine Corps veteran, summa cum laude. Alex Wilcox, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. Masters, right? Thanks.
Receive a hood specific to their field of expertise. This tradition is a modern interpretation of the hooded robes worn by medieval monks who taught in the early universities. The hooding ceremony holds special significance and a symbolic passing of the guard and mark a pivotal moment for our students, denoting their successful completion of the graduate program. Today we are honored to have Dr. Refugio Martinez, Chair of the School of Business, hood our School of Business and our School of Information Technology Master's students.
Now presenting the Master's candidates from the School of Information Technology. Masters of Science in Cybersecurity, Richard Cunningham, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Lawrence Nag Kimbam, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. What you want there, baby? It's important. There we go. Luis Salas Toro, United States Army veteran, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. I was trying to make it easier for him. There we go. Hold on one second. Let me get your name. Okay. Dietrich? Now presenting the master's candidates from the School of Business, the Masters of Business Administration with a concentration in global management. Dietrich Daniels, first generation graduate. Masters of Business Administration with a concentration in healthcare management. Jack Keziah, retired United States Air Force veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Norma Perez, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. Benjamin Wise, United States Air Force veteran, cum laude, first generation graduate. Masters of Business Administration with a concentration in leadership. Jose Cavazos, United States Marine Corps veteran, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. Jeroma Flowers, magna cum laude, first generation graduate. Marina Rios, cum laude, first generation graduate. Sebastian Gomez, summa cum laude, hooded by his dad. He's gonna. It's like I want all the pictures. Masters of Business Administration with a concentration in marketing, Alejandra Gomez, summa cum laude, also hooded by her father, Dr. Gomez. Are you going to get hooded by your father, Dr. Gomez? Aw. Good job, Dad. Quinn Herber, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. Akia Herrico, summa cum laude. There we go. Elizabeth Hudson, summa cum laude. Jenny St. Pierre, United States Air Force veteran, summa cum laude, first generation graduate. And now for the dual Masters of Business Administration with a concentration in marketing and in leadership, Amy Marie Gonzalez, summa cum laude. I got you, girl. Shaliqua Nicole Jones, cum laude, first generation graduate. You want to do it? You do. Good. We don't get to get hooded again. You don't get a second hood. And Hallmark's own, Dr. Elliot Gomez, United States Army and Marine Corps veteran, summa cum laude. Perfect ending. Perfect ending.
As we wait for our final graduates to return to their seats, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for coming here today to share in this celebration. Family, friends, graduates, and faculty, I'm not saying it's going to be a competition, but I'm also not saying it's not going to be a competition. But if you are here and you are either a graduate of or you are celebrating a graduate of someone who's from the School of IT, make some noise. All right. Well, how many are here for the School of Business? And I gotta give it up to this group because the ladies came through with the shoe game. The School of Nursing. And finally, a shout out to the College of Aeronautics. Thank you all once again for being here today. Now I would like to bring back Mr. Joe Fisher to complete the ceremony.
Okay, y'all ready to make it official? Faculty, if you'll please rise to support our graduates. By the power vested in me by the state of Texas and the Hallmark University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer your degrees with all the privileges and honors that come with that, and I proclaim you graduates of Hallmark University. Congratulations. You can move your tassel.
Come on. Congratulations. Once again, I would now like to invite Dr. Brian Quarles to the podium for the benediction.
All right. Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for this commencement celebration. Make these new graduates to be salt and light in this world. As people, as professionals, both individually and collectively. As we leave this place, dear God, help them to be difference makers in their lives, in the lives of others. May your strength, O God, sustain us. May your power preserve us. May your hands protect us, and may your eyes direct us. May your love ignite us with power and compassion as we enter into our futures today and in the days to come. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Quarles, once again, and thank you all for being here today. I'm going to ask the audience to remain seated while the program participants and the graduates exit. Graduates, faculty, please rise. On behalf of Hallmark University, staff, faculty, executive directors, and the Board of Trustees, happy Mother's Day on tomorrow to all you mothers. Enjoy your weekend. I know this was a great gift. Have a blessed day. That is all.